hope that everybody's doing okay. We're gonna dive into milk and honey. Usually whenever I upload, I literally delete 24 hours later. I'm typically on TikTok. If you want to find me, you can find me on TikTok at JazlynEcho on TikTok. But for right now, I'm gonna dive into some channeled messages. I'm gonna take some requests from people, $15 channeled messages. And if you do miss the live, feel free to email me, JazlynEcho@icloud.com. It's only gonna be valid for today. I forgot today's date. Oh, the 18th. Yeah. Full moon in Virgo energy coming up. All right, so let's dive into the general collective's energy. He only whispers, "I love you," as he slips his hands down the waistband of your pants. This is where you must understand the difference between want and need. You may want that boy, but you certainly don't need him. So a lot of you guys are going to be diving into, I feel like this is a dual message for divine masculine, divine feminine energy, is that I do feel like the divine masculine is displaying their emotions more on a physical based level, and it's being translated to the divine feminine in more of an emotional and spiritual based level. Which is two ways of communicating different, well, actually 3 different ways of communicating their love languages. I also do feel like there's somebody who may confess their emotions towards you or to you during this act of sexual activity for some of you guys as well. I'm also getting, you were temptingly beautiful but stung when I got close. And with this depiction here, I just feel like somebody may give you an apology that is kind of like bittersweet, but I'm also feeling like somebody may have, it's like you thought that they were sweet and kind and generous and for like really trying to move forward, but then all of a sudden there's like this really deep pain associated with them, and that's just, you know, from getting to know someone. Love is terrifying at times. I will tell you about selfish people. Even when they know they will hurt you, they walk into your life to taste you because you are the type of being they don't want to miss out on. You are too much shine. You are too much shine to not be felt. So when they have gotten a good look at everything you have to offer, when they have taken your skin, your hair, your secrets with them, when they realize how real this is, how much of a storm you are, and it hits them. Wow. And we were just talking kind of about that there. Okay, so this is somebody who literally possibly began like just wanting to use you, utilize your energy, just kind of not give you everything that you wanted, okay? This is also somebody who feels like you are like this tidal wave, this storm that hits them. And they don't realize how many, like, there's not just one interesting fact about you. Like, I feel like there's multiple interesting facts about you. And diving in even deeper, it continues with, that is when the cowardice sets in. That is when the person you thought they were is replaced by the sad reality of what they are. So this could honestly mean like you possibly looked at this person and was like, yeah, you know, this person and I could be really great together and everything like that. Then all of a sudden they started giving you those red flags or doing these little certain things, and it's just have been happening way too long. And now you're starting to see physical traits that are changing on them and just like all these things that are changing, and you're just like, okay, is this really who they are? Was I like on freaking craziness before to think that they really could match up with my own energy? And I also do feel like there are people out there who are going to feel like, okay, the sad reality of what they are is what's coming up here. That is what the person you thought they were is replaced by the sad reality of what they are. So diving in even deeper into this, it's like, it honestly is really sad that this person tried to put on this front like you weren't good enough or something of that nature, and then all of a sudden you end up finding out things about them, and then you're just like, you know what, I just feel like even though you say you may not see a future with me, maybe it's because it's not because there's something wrong with me, but it's because there's literally elements to your life that I do not agree with, that it just wouldn't work out with. And you saw that way ahead of time before I did, And there's this cat and mouse game. So some of you guys might be going through that as well. You will stand there naked with half of them still hidden somewhere inside you and sob. Sorry, I skipped over a part by accident, but nothing is ever by accident. Hold on. All right, so the sad reality of what they are, that is when they lose every fighting bone in their body and leave after saying, "You will find better than me." You will stand there naked with half of them still hidden somewhere inside you and sob, asking why they did it, why they forced you to love them when they had no intention of loving you back. And they'll say something along the lines of, "I just had to try. I had to give it a chance. It was you after all." But that isn't romantic. It isn't sweet. The idea that they were so engulfed by your existence, they had to risk breaking it for the sake of knowing they weren't the one missing out. Your existence meant that little next to their curiosity of you. That is the thing about selfish people. They gamble entire beings, entire souls, to please their own. One second they are holding you like the world in their lap, and the next they have belittled you to a mere picture, a moment, something of the past. One second they swallow you up and whisper they want to spend the rest of their life with you, but the moment they sense fear, they are already halfway out the door, without having the nerve to let you go with grace, as if the human heart means that little to them. And after all this, after all of this, all of the taking, the nerve, isn't it sad and funny how people have more guts these days to undress you with their fingers than do to pick up the phone and call and apologize for the loss? This is how you lose her. So I feel like some of you guys may have encountered or lost, or so you might be breaking your energy away from certain people as well. This keeps coming up. He only whispers, "I love you," as he slips his hands down the waistband. Hey, Stephanie, I received your 15 for a channeled message. Let me just finish diving into this because I feel like there's just something that really needs to be said. He only whispers, "I love you," as he slips his hands down the waistband of your pants. This is where you must understand the difference between want and need. You may want that boy, but you certainly don't need him. Very interesting. So there's like this, it's almost like you are realizing, do I want this person? Do I not want this person? What's going on? That kind of energy. Hey, Emily. Hi, Jazz. I just Cash Apped you. Yes, I just received your Cash App. If you have your channeled question or if you just want a general channeled message, let me know and I'll dive in. I hope you're doing good, Emily. I've been on TikTok a lot more. I have to start going live on TikTok, but I just don't do as much psychic stuff or even just channeling as I do on TikTok, as I used to do on YouTube. I've just been really just demonstrating different zodiac signs and stuff and just growing on there. For those of you guys who have checked out my TikTok, it's almost at 2K. I think there's only like less than 400 left to go before 2K is reached, which is a pretty big deal. Granted, I just reached 1K, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. So it's great. And I'm just waiting on you, Stephanie, just to let me know what you would like your message about. Channeled message from R. It's okay. It's been a crazy couple of months. How are you? Oh, woman, let me God. Oh my gosh. It's been a crazy couple of years. Let's just say that. It's been great. Yeah. But let me dive into Stephanie's. It's been great, but you know, it's kind of like how when you ask somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time, "How are you doing?" "Great." I am, but it's just like there's so much that's changing in my life and so much that I'm actually doing that's different. That's crazy. But and the more that I expand, the more that I dive in. I'm also thinking about getting another romantic book as well. I might even just walk to the bookstore today and grab a book. It's so cute today. Outside is very beautiful weather. All right, so let's dive into R's feeling, Emily. Yeah. Channeled message from R. Okay. This is exactly what I was feeling. I was hearing a clock tick, and I was also hearing like, "I'm sorry." And there's just like, I kept hearing the song Too late to apologize. I guess it's apologize by One Republic. Yeah. I left you with the fire red, now it's turning blue. And you say, sorry like the angel heaven let me think was you, but I'm afraid it's too late to apologize. That's the energy I'm literally receiving. I'm getting like, all of this is inside of my mind right now. It's like this clock ticking, somebody saying that they are sorry at the same time this song's playing. This could even be a moment by themselves as well. This could even be something that happens in the future, if not already. Sometimes the apology never comes when it is wanted, and when it comes, it is neither wanted nor needed. And it's getting, oh my God, this person is going to be really choked up when they communicate with you. I'm not sure. Wait a minute. R as in Robert, right? Sometimes the apology never comes when it is wanted. When it comes, it is neither wanted nor needed. You are too late. So it's almost like you got over something, but you didn't really get over it. You just kind of figured it was never going to happen. This person's never going to acknowledge that. We're just going to bypass it, sweep it under the rug. And then, you know, I just don't know if we're ever going to be close like that. There's something that's going to be happening and shifting between the both of you guys, so where you're going to start becoming closer, and it's not too late. Like, everybody has this misconception of like, oh my God, it's too late, it's too late. Let me tell you how fake time is, okay? Yes, LOL. This is how it was. Yeah, I love that book. No, I totally get it. Yes, LOL, that's how it was. Yes, exactly. Okay, so yes, that's what I'm picking up. But I'm also picking up like, okay, so this is how fake time is, guys. You know how people are talking about like, oh, okay, we're just gonna take out daylight savings time. So the future generation is not even going to realize like that existed. They're going to think that it was something just like created, and it was something that was created. We're in a fuck, but yes, there's scientific proof of it, whatever. And and I'm just saying, if it was really real, you couldn't just take it away like that. Okay, it would be the inevitable. It's kind of like the sun shines bright, you know. Anyway, so I feel like, and I'm also getting pulled to this second message right over here on this additional page. There's a difference between someone telling you they love you and them actually loving you. And I feel like this is a tug of war battle that you're going to have to go through with inside of yourself. I do feel like he is really apologetic towards you, that he wants to connect with you. Oh, don't even get me started on daylight savings time. Oh my God, Emily. But diving back into R here really quick for Stephanie, I feel really strongly like he has this sense of remorse, but at the same time, it's almost like it's so late as far as like you just let so much time go by, or just like, you know, all that distance come in between us, because really time is really distance, I feel. So it's really just distance, right? So you let all that distance come in between us, but at the same time, it's like you never wanted to own up for those things, or, you know, apologize for things that I should have apologized to you for, like things are those things. So it's like, I feel really strongly like he's going to give you some type of apology or confront you about something and open up to you about something. And I don't feel like it's like you're going to get angry. It's almost like you're going to bypass it to the point where you're like, listen, it's not like it doesn't matter anymore, because it very much well does, but it's almost like it's not relevant anymore because of how much pain I have already endured, how much stuff I've already went through. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess it's not really time, it's more of the distance that we feel. We don't really feel the time, we feel the distance. And it's taken me back to a moment when I was, this is the only time that I had ever taken shrooms or anything like that, right? So like, I was like 18 or something. I'm 25 now. So it's like, I was 18 years old and I was on shrooms. I took like a little bite or whatever. I was fine. But I literally had no concept of time. I thought that there was no time whatsoever. I just kept feeling this mass distance. And it was like, you know, diving into it now, sober-minded and everything like that, and then diving into the spiritual aspect or the spiritual experience of that, was actually me awakening my inner child and sensing literally everything around me. But I also do feel like this is something that's going to be kind of, it's going to be kind of happening to you, but not in the exact same way. It's like where you're going to feel like it's not really time. That time never really mattered. It's really just the distance, okay? Stephanie, this makes perfect sense. Stuff happened over the course of the year and a half at this point. The problem is so far in the past to me. Exactly, and that's exactly what I keep picking up, even though I would have wanted an apology in the past. Exactly. So I keep feeling like this is something that you may have wanted in the past, and like there were times where like I'm just relating it to what Spirit is showing me right now of a time to like when I was like really thinking and I was really in my feelings and I had held on to something for like, you know, months and months, and I was just like, you know what? It's either I let this situation go, as in there is no solution to this problem besides me just walking and keep moving forward. The only way out is through. And then once you bypass those feelings and you're over that, you outgrow that pain, you know what I mean? And you're just like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I understand it's hurtful, but here's like another thing is that when you come up and apologize to me now that I've already healed from that, it doesn't mean the same thing. It's just not the same. I also feel really strongly like this person is going to try to reassure you how they feel about you by even, this person could even go like stoop so low to like, I wouldn't say stoop so low, but really just like the lowest thing that they could do, like their last resort is like sending you a song that they feel it really, really is deeply connected to you. But I also feel really strongly this person literally thinks that they can have you back. I don't know if there was like a moment between the both of you guys to like where R was telling you like, oh no, I don't want to be in a relationship or whatever, and then you literally go on and move on with your life and do everything you want, and then this person gravitates back towards you, and then all of a sudden they think that, okay, you still want the same thing and everything like that, but it's like now that they're communicating with you, they know that they have to kind of take a step back and not be as aggressive with their emotions because they have to kind of like build up to that again. I don't feel like people realize it's not really the time that goes by, it's the distance, okay? So when the distance that you create with somebody, it's kind of like, you know, when you're on a ladder, you need a ladder to get to the tallest cabinet, right? So you remove the ladder. Now you have to walk all the way to the other side and get the ladder, okay? And you get the ladder finally, and you're like, oh shit, now somebody who's taller than me, who's already at that height, who has already built up that energy, I do feel like there could be another person coming in. I feel another person's energy coming in. So I feel like this could even be like, with that, the ladder is the distance, okay, or the time or whatever, and then you have to go get the ladder again and then put it back to where you want to, but then you still have to travel. Okay, you still have to go back and forth. You still have to go from across the room all the way back and go up there, and then you get up there and you notice that your husband or whatever like freaking changed where the chips were because he was already there. But they would have already been there if you would have just stayed in that one spot, had that one train of thought, continued to build towards that. You would have had the chips by now. No one would have moved the chips, stuff like that. But he's learning these consequences little by little. So he feels like I've developed feelings for someone else. Yes, okay? That's exactly what happened, LOL. But it's like he hasn't forgiven himself, maybe. Yes, that's why I keep feeling remorse, even though I would have wanted an apology in the past, absolutely. Yes, and that's why I kept feeling like there was like another person. So he feels like because of the time and the distance that you guys have had, and he has this kind of like making up to do, he feels like, okay, was this person talking to somebody else? Okay, so here's the thing, when men, or just, okay, I'm just gonna say it, when men become very vulnerable, or when they have lied to their partners, when they have had issues with cheating in the past or getting caught with lies and things of that nature, they think that you're gonna do exactly what they did to you or other people in the past. because they have a hard time thinking that you would do the opposite because they couldn't find the will to do so. So all of a sudden you're the exact same person as them. But no, that's why sometimes a lot of people get blown up with these very, very insecure messages, well, projections of insecure messages from your other person, okay? Yeah, it's like Paranoid. It's almost, yes, that song Paranoid. I don't know if you were thinking about that or not. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Keep hearing that too. But I feel really strongly like because of this paranoia, because guys go through this kind of like really deep paranoia, because they lying, they cheating, they, doing their thing. You could just be chilling, finally in your own peace, right? Doing a live, but because you were on a live for however many hours and they blew you up during that time and you don't like discussing when you're gonna go live or when you're gonna interact with the people that you interact with or when you go out and do whatever you wanna do because you guys aren't in a relationship yet, they're gonna take it as you acting exactly the way they're acting when their phone is off. I'm sorry, it's true. So like, if they call you and blow you up and you don't answer, it could be like 30 minutes. I remember there was one time I didn't answer and it was like 30 to 45 minutes and I was literally doing hair all day long for my family. And my phone was on Do Not Disturb because I didn't want to be bothered, okay? Especially when I'm already focused on something else, I don't want to be bothered. And I wasn't in a relationship or anything like that, so it was like, whatever. All of a sudden, this dude blows me up and was like, I don't believe you. I don't trust you. And I fucking sent him a picture of a receipt, a picture of a box that I just opened, everything. I just sent him pictures. I was like, dude, I'm with my family. I cannot be, you don't normally do this. And because I said that, this person didn't talk to me for like days. This person left me on ignore for like 4 or 5 days, even though I responded an hour later. I'm trying to, yes, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, guys will, like, they'll do that because they get real butthurt, especially if you're dealing with, like, a Pisces moon, Cancer moon, Virgo moon, Taurus moon especially, and a Pisces moon as well. They're just so fucking emotional at that point. That it's really hard for them, especially if they're used to the other person blowing them up, asking them where they are. So then when you switch up your habits and you're like, you know what, they never respond to me anyway. I'm an Aquarius. That's just what I do. I just fucking mirror that shit. So I'm like, they never respond to me anyway. So I'm just fucking going out, living my life. You know what I mean? Taking a scooter ride all around town or a yoga class or something, and they get very upset because I'm doing something else versus thinking about them. And they don't want to seem like the ones that care. So now they have to backlash that moment of showing you that they care by ignoring you for a couple days. Because that makes perfect sense. But yeah. So that's what I'm picking up, and I do feel like that has a lot to do with what R's feeling, and I do feel like a lot of his insecurities are coming from like his little bit of dirty laundry of what he was doing. So it was like, the key note is like, what do you think I'm doing? This is the perfect question. What do you think I am doing out here with my phone on Do Not Disturb that I never have it on? What do you think? And you know what's crazy, what really got that person that day is that I was taking a picture in an outfit that they had seen before, and I know that they probably didn't like the way that it looked. They probably just didn't like the way that it like cut off too short, or maybe it showed too much, but it doesn't matter because they're not my boyfriend, right? But it does matter because in their head, they are, you understand? Even though on the outside, they're not, and it's the situation that we all have to deal with at times. But I give the exact same energy back at times, but I don't ignore this person for days. This is just how it happens. But I hope that helped you. Not Pisces moon. Oh my God. It's true though. That's just ego right there. Yeah, well, it's an ego battle. It's an ego war. Honestly, we are all in this spiritual warfare. Okay. So, And for some reason, I'm getting like this feeling of Holly Berry for some reason. And Storm. That was so weird. More than anything, I want to save you from myself. You have spent enough nights with his manhood curled inside your legs to forget what loneliness feels like. This is also coming up. So this is also a message from Spirit of Empowerment, okay? Even though it doesn't sound like it, it's actually a message of empowerment, of saying like, this person really wants you to be codependent on their energy. A lot of people don't realize that we are actually very independent. We as in like people who are single and like independent minded. I didn't become codependent until my previous relationship because it bothered this person that I was out with my family or out with my mom. It bothered me to the point to like where I didn't even want to finish a sandwich or something knowing that he didn't have lunch yet. That's like a sign of codependency. And I was like 17, 18, but still, that was a sign of codependency. And I didn't break that shit off until I was single for a while, okay? Like 3 to 4 years. So after that, then I became like, other new people entering my life want to like cuddle me or like, where are you going? Or like, what are you doing? Or why aren't you kissing me goodbye? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? This is not who I am. But that's, you know, everybody to each his own. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. If you do want a message with me, email me, JazlynEcho@iCloud.com. LOL, my God, thank you. It makes perfect sense. Good. I'm happy to, like, explain some stuff. And, yeah, and channel in some stuff. Love you guys. I'm going to go on TikTok eventually today and do probably some more of these. Maybe even give out some advice to people, but... until then, guys, I'm going to have this up for 24 hours. So if you want it to be filmed, just screen record the parts that you want, and then I'm deleting, and then I'll go live again randomly. That's just what I've been doing. It saves a lot of space on my phone. But yeah, bye for now, guys. Talk to you soon.